Hey and welcome back to the Aquaregia YouTube channel. We're going to do a little Discogs haul today. I just got my latest order in the mail and I thought it could be a fun little series to show you guys what kind of records I've been digging lately, what I've recently purchased, and I'm adding to my record collection. So these are the three records that I bought, all three very old. Disclaimer for this video, if you do not like acid trance from the 90s, click away. You're not gonna like this video. Don't bother even trying, because that is all this video contains. But anyways, let's check out the records. The first one is on Aquaregia Records, which is a really iconic German label founded by Sven Väth, who I'm sure you all know. This is one of his early labels, and a lot of his super iconic early works were released on here, like my personal favorite, La Speranza. That music video is super iconic, deserves like a Grammy or an Oscar or whatever, because it is just so good. You need to go watch that video if you have not seen it. Anyways, so the record I bought on IQ is Aquaform, is the artist, and the title of the EP is El Sueño. This is a 2-track record, El Sueño and Borneo, and it was released in 1994. So let's get right into it. It just has some like really nice simple drums, and the highlight is really the acid and the pads, which if you know Aquaregia, you know pads and acid, two of my favorite things. So yeah, I really like this record. I think it has a really nice vibe to it. I love how this one layers lots of different acid lines over it as well. It's very textured and acidic, and it just sounds really nice. There's like some simple acid lines that are really heavily modulated, so that kind of brings a lot of interest to those simple patterns. And there's these choiry pads and just make it feel super euphoric and emotional, and it's just a really cool track. So the other track on this record is called Borneo. This one has a little bit more of a serious tone to it, but not overly serious. It's still really fun and has really good energy to it. I'd say this one's a little bit more functional, kind of one that you could just put in the mix. Again, it has really nice pads, really nice acid, and it has these like funny monkey sounds in the breakdowns. I don't know if monkeys, chimpanzees, or orangutans. If you got a zoologist up in here, let me know what creature is making those noises. But yeah, it kind of brings a kind of jungly rainforest vibe to the track, which I think is pretty cool. It sets kind of a nice atmosphere, and I guess the title of the track, Borneo, kind of leads into that too. So the second record is this one. It is on a label called Important Records, if you couldn't tell. This one is by an artist called Never. Again, 90s acid trance. This one was released in, do you tell me? see if we can get this here. 1995. Thank you, Discogs. This one is a 3-track release, and I picked it up for a hefty €5. So it's pretty cheap. The first record I got, El Sueño, Aquaregia, that one was €650. Again, like pretty reasonable. Important Records is another old German label. The first track we're going to take a listen to here is called Dripping Blue. This one was actually the track that started this whole Discogs order. I was like listening to a bunch of stuff on YouTube and came across this one and totally fell in love with it, and then found a seller on Discogs and then kind of crept through other stuff. I mean, I'm sure that's how everybody uses Discogs, but you know, in case you didn't know, that's what it is. So the first track we're going to take a listen to on this record is called Dripping Blue. This one, again, another 90s acid trance song. This record is from 95. And this one is really, really fast. It's really textured and layered, and it has so much going on. It's like very full and overwhelming, and just has so many sounds. It is really nice acid, and again, it comes in with these choir pads too. And again, the acid lines are nice and layered, and the one thing that does set this track apart is it is very arpeggiated, and it kind of creates a sort of brain dancey feel to the track. Nice like brain massage, you know. It sounds really, really good with the arpeggiated acid in it. It's just like a really pleasing record to listen to, very addictive. I love this one so much. The layers come like swooshing in, and it's really wavy and rolly. I feel like this track would be so overwhelming to hear like peak time at a really good party with a lot of sweaty people around you, which hopefully we get to experience again. And yeah, this is actually the track that started this purchase. I've been digging on YouTube a lot lately because I'm just not really feeling a lot of the new techno that's coming out. So I've been finding myself like finding a lot of old stuff, and YouTube is definitely kind of a haven for that kind of stuff. So the next track on this record is called Hellbent. As the name suggests, this one's a little bit harder, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit kind of darker. I'd kind of describe this one as kind of like metal trance, if that's a thing. This one's a lot more stripped back. It has a lot less layers. It's kind of more focused on the drums and the acid line. And the acid line is really heavily modulated throughout. So that modulation is kind of what gives this track its character. And the last track on this record is called Singe. This one kind of marries the two other tracks. It's kind of somewhere in the middle, has a lot of nice acid again, and then there are these pads that come in every so often, making it feel really euphoric in those moments. And the third and final record we're listening to is this one. It's by Beyond Reality. The name of the EP is Mind Runner. This one is from 1995. Mind Runner is the first track on here. It starts out with this kind of alien transmission and this classic old school, like cheesy D&B kind of voice talking. And it's just like super epic, main stage, EDC, back in the day. It immediately kind of spits you into this really cool acid line. And it still has this sort of cheesy chord progression throughout, which I still love. I mean, this is definitely the cheesiest trance record I think I own. But I think it's still really cool. It has like a really nice fun vibe to it. I think it'd be really cool to party to, and it's just very happy and cheery and just sounds good. I think it has like a really ravey and nostalgic kind of feeling to the track, and it just kind of reminds me of like when I first started partying and kind of how everything felt back then. So I don't know, maybe you guys will feel the same way. The other track on this record is called Semi-Analog. This one again is a little bit on the cheesy side, but it ticks all the boxes. It has a really fun, good vibe to it. And again, it has these really funny, ravey, old school vocals in it, which I think just kind of add to the track. It makes it kind of fun and light and funny. But anyways, so those are the 3 records I got this time. If you guys like this concept of a video, let me know, comment below if you want like this Discogs haul to become a regular thing. I promise it's not always gonna be 90s trance. That was just kind of what this little haul turned out to turn into, but we'll definitely sprinkle some techno and stuff into the mix. Obviously it's gonna be a lot of acid. Thanks again for watching. If you guys like this video, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, bell icon, all of those YouTube things. But yeah, anyways, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one.